welcome to Aylesbury News Weekly Roundup. I didn't do a weekly news roundup last weekend. As you all know, we had Parklife and we was there recording it and enjoying it at the same time, so it's a little break. But going back over the last week, I won't bore you with 2 weeks worth. We had stories about a concert going on in Baptist Church on South Court, where your entry to the concert would have been a tin of food, which was going to be donated to the Aylesbury Food Bank, who dish it out to people in most need for food, emergency packages, 3-day packages. Then we had a manhunt for a man who attacked 2 people in Chesham. The man's known and the police have put an appeal out for him, and hopefully they should have caught him by now. But Aylesbury Prison nearly at breaking point apparently, overcrowded, understaffed, too many people sharing a cell, things like that, and it needs to be seriously looked at. The emergency services was asking people to keep 999 calls free for emergencies on the bank holiday last weekend, because they've been receiving calls which don't really need 999, where you could have made your own way to A&E or a doctor's surgery, or even phoned 111 and they would have directed you into the right location for you. Last weekend, just before the night before Parklife, on the High Street opposite the Vale Park, a building collapsed. Aylesbury Vale District Council and a housing trust went there and checked it out and deemed it was a bit unsafe. And then on Friday they were on their second visit because they've had more complaints, and it collapsed, which has resulted in the bottom of the High Street being closed off from Exchange Street down to the roundabout at Tesco's on Tring Road, and that still remains in place today. The Parklife weekend was a great success. Between 10 and 12,000 people attended. Everyone enjoyed themselves. There's plenty of food stalls there, plenty of beverages there. Loads of kids enjoying themselves, kicking a ball about, balloons, and lots of local bands. Really good weekend. Thank you to Aylesbury Town Council for laying it on. There's been new areas stopping dogs damaging the Tame River. What they mean is they've actually altered the bank of the river. They've lowered it down so that if dogs go in for a swim, they don't have to claw their way out and damage all the sides. The sides already been lowered, so they can just put their legs up and push up and get up. And they put rubble down. So it's to help the dogs and protect the river at the same time. Well done to the trust, the Conservation Trust, who thought about doing this. It's like a compromise. They're not saying you can't let your dogs go in the river to have a swim about, but do it at these areas where they've lowered the bankment and put pebbles down to make it easier for the dog to get in and out. So that way the bankment doesn't get ruined all along the river. Very good idea. Well done. This week we found out that Aylesbury's House of Frasers is going to stay open. So that's good news for people who like our House of Fraser. So that's going to stay open. Even more good news this week. A small independent business, pizza, Monster Pizza, had a legal battle against Monster, the energy drink. They were saying that they weren't allowed to use the word monster, even though it was spelt totally different, have won their battle. So they can use the name Monster Pizza, and Monster, the energy drink, lost the battle. That's one in the eye for the big corporations. Well done, lads. And I wish you the best for your ongoing business. This week we also learned that McDonald's is planning on opening up a new McDonald's in Buckingham. So that's good news for Buckingham. They gain another fast food restaurant. Ollie Gardner, name will be remembered, as there's going to be a website dedicated to Ollie for fundraising to help parents going through the same sort of thing that Ollie's parents went through, to direct them to places where they can get help for what they're going through. And what it is, it's Ollie's dad's insurance company. They want to design this webpage in the name of Ollie, so that other parents going through the same sort of things can find out the help they can get, like for their rent, for their travel and things like that. Good idea. Hope it works out. I'll let you know more as it comes in about that. This week on Wednesday, I think it was Wednesday, there was a the homeless in Aylesbury was given food and drink and hygiene products in Kingsbury and to get advice and help if they needed it. Again, it's 2018. We shouldn't be in this situation. People should not be out on the streets sleeping. Likewise with food banks, people shouldn't be relying on food banks, but we are. And it's down to government cuts. Not a good thing. But they are getting something. So they're getting a bit of food, they're getting some hygiene products and advice and help if they need it. This week there was a report about more of us waiting. This week there was a report about more of us waiting for more than 1 week for an actual doctor's appointment with your family doctor. In some cases it's longer, it's 2 weeks. It's getting harder to get an appointment to see your doctors because we haven't got the GPs. We've got the doctors, the surgery, but we haven't got the GPs to cope with the amount of people attending. So they're basically asking people to think carefully about what the condition is that they are got or have got. If you like having cold symptoms, you could ask the chemist over the counter. They are trained people. They will know what you can have to help. If it's a rash, again, go to the chemist, show them the rash. They will give you the right cream. And then if it doesn't work, then think about going back to your doctor. But please just think before trying to get into your doctors. This week there was a delay in pay for all Buckinghamshire healthcare staff. There was a human error, and instead of getting paid on Thursday, they got paid 24 hours later on the Friday. The healthcare trust apologised to all their staff and said they were working to get it resolved and it won't happen again, or try not to let it happen again. But human errors do happen, and they set up a helpline for their staff in case it gets them in any bother. So they're doing everything they could possibly do to resolve the problem, but it's only 24 hours. Hopefully it's not going to affect too many people and not going to get too many people into trouble. This week also, Thames Water get feedback from over 1 million customers saying that they want a good, reliable service, clean water, customer satisfaction and things like this. And this is to build up a 5-year plan, which they have to do legally by every 5 years. So it was a good response. This week there was the Bucks County show, which also landed out to be a great success, with thousands turning up on the day and enjoying all the farm animals and the farm produce that's there. The Bucks County show seems to be getting popular and popular year on year. There was another report about the collapsed building, which is affecting other businesses down on the high street because the road is closed off. Customers can't get there, or the deliveries can't be taken in. So they're moaning about the loss of business. This week there was 3 arsons overnight in one night, where 3 wheelie bins were set on fire deliberately, and Aylesbury police are investigating. There was 2 people injured in a fight outside the nightclub, outside Empire's Buckingham Street. Police are asking for any witnesses or anybody with mobile phone footage to contact them on 101. Also this week there's going to be partial closures at Aylesbury Tip. The days where it's not busy, they're going to close. This is to save money because they've got budget cuts coming up for 2019, so they need to save money. So the days where it's not busy, they're going to close. There's also going to be a charge for certain things that you take down the tip, which won't affect many people. It's to do with car tyres and building rubble and stuff like that, which they have to pay to get rid of. So they're going to have to put on a small charge, which most of the other tips around Buckinghamshire already do, but Aylesbury has been trying to hold off for as long as possible, which they have done. A 10-year-old boy from Leighton Buzzard who caught meningitis has lost all 4 limbs, partially his arms, partially his legs, and he's got synthetic legs, but he needs a bionic arm because he's got no hands. But the bionic arm costs £11,000 and the insurance on it per year is £999. So we're talking a lot of money needed. So they've opened a crowdfunder page to try and help him to buy this bionic arm for him, so he can open doors and do things for himself. He's already quite independent on his legs. It's just he needs some way of opening doors, picking things up and other things like that. So he's on Facebook. Look it up. If you think it can help, please donate. Today in the news there's a big rise in drugs discovered in Aylesbury prison. Aylesbury prison seems to be going for a lot of big changes at the minute, and it's not had a very good report for the last couple of years. So again, a bit of a damning report. You've been watching Aylesbury News Weekly Roundup. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and leave comments below. Don't forget to share and like our videos. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and leave comments below. Don't forget to share and like our videos. Thank you.